Okay, time to open up the November cards. I cannot believe when I went to go grab this that there's only one envelope left. This was so fun. I kind of think I want to do this again next year with different decks because fun to change things up. But it's been really fun having these two decks to really spend some time with this year. So anyway, let's see what our cards are. Oh, that was almost a good open. Almost. All right, what do we got? Okay, we've got, oh, Grandmother Bluebell with Hope. Sunlight through the leaves searches for a place to land. Hope finds home in you. Beautiful. With the Flower of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. Okay. Big slay on that. That is such good energy. I love that so much, especially considering that this month we're still we're coming down from all that wedding busyness. Certainly of the last month, but like really of the last like year and a half, I'm gonna say. So perfect, beautiful. I can't wait to see how this plays out. Awesome. Hello. Update of the mid-month, because I feel like last month not doing one of these totally got me out of the practice. I kind of forgot. Anyway, what are some exciting things I've done? It's kind of been a low-key month, which, love it. Love it. Needed that. Amazing. So not too much, but last Friday, I got to talk to Holly Audley. We did a talk just kind of generally on like tarot and autism and things around that, and it was so much fun and just felt so good to talk like one-on-one live with someone who just like totally, like everything I was saying and everything she was saying, we both were like, yeah, exactly, yeah, me too, and just nice. So yeah, so she's gonna post that video and maybe you have already seen it by now. I'm not sure. I don't really know what the timeline is on that, but when she does post it, I will be sure to share it. So, if you like if you like my tarot and neurodivergence series and you haven't seen Holly's videos, totally recommend. She makes amazing content around her autism and like just things about it, but then also she makes really fun crafting content. And if you are unfamiliar, she's the creator of the Mini Divvies, the Teeny Tiny Tarot, the Cemetery decks I love, so big fan. So yeah, that was on Friday. It was so much fun. I've been obsessed with a new show. Maybe I should pull it up here. It is a children's show, but it's on this topic. I pretty much watched it all weekend. It's a new show on PBS Kids. It's called Carl the Collector. Okay, here we go. I think I can... Here it is on the screen. And so Carl is this little raccoon and he is autistic. And so it's a show about all of the things he collects. And I think what's really cool about it is that it doesn't really, like, throughout the show, it never references the fact that he is autistic. The reason we know is because it's in the, let's see, if it was in the show description, but if I click on Carl, oh, this is gonna be strange because it's their website. It was in the show description. But I think what I'm really, here, we can face me now. What I'm really liking about it is, like I said, throughout the show, they're not referencing it specifically in terms of the characters. Like, you know, whenever something's happening, it's not like they're like, oh, because of your autism, which, not to say that there's not a time, or that's a bad thing to do. But watching this show has felt so healing, and I think that's a big reason, is because throughout the show, at least someone, like, I have insanely deep dived into autism and just everything about it, and so to me, it's very obvious when something is happening due to the fact that Carl is autistic. But the other characters, I think the thing is, it's like, it's so normal and just accepted by all of the other characters in the show that it's not like they're not bringing it up in an avoidance way. It's like they're not bringing it up because it doesn't feel like this huge point to bring up. Like, to them, it just feels like, to them, it's like, well, that's just Carl. And they help him through in just the nicest ways, and the way they just understand him so well. I could cry. I could cry right now. It's so good. It's so good. So, yeah, I've been binging that. And it's one of those where I'm like, I don't even care if I run out of episodes, I'm just gonna rewatch them because it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, so I've been watching a lot of that. And then the other thing I've been doing is, along with my Baldur's Gate, I started a new playthrough, like my own, doing the Dark Urge, which, if you aren't familiar with Baldur's Gate, I believe the whole thing is like, you are evil, but you don't know it, and you're kind of like trying to fight against it, sort of thing. Super fun. But Paul and I, with two of our other friends, have started playing Sea of Thieves, which, if you're not familiar with that video game, it's like a co-op pirate adventure, and I am obsessed. I'm truly obsessed with it. And so, given the fact that I need to pair all of my hobbies with tarot decks, I was like, I need a pirate deck. And so I was searching around. I wanted an oracle and a tarot, and there's not really any good, or I couldn't really find a pirate oracle. If you know of one, let me know. But I saw one that I've been looking at for a while anyway, and I was like, you know what? That kind of looks like, if it was paired with a pirate tarot, I think it could be a pirate deck. And it is the Between Worlds little oracle. And so I did the mod on it that Don Michelle did, where I stamped on the book, the guidebook it comes with. You get like a very full entry on it, which is super cool. But right at the top, you get kind of like an upright and reversed keyword for every single card. So I stamped it on there, which, I feel like I always say this, but I'm not one who needs to have keywords right on the cards. I like guidebooks, but the purpose that I at least initially want to use this for, being like kind of a gaming deck, that's like the one scenario where I'm like, I don't want a guidebook. I don't have time to pull that out. Like, I'm gonna start my game and I just kind of want to do a quick reading. And so I stamped these on and did my first reading for the game with it yesterday, and it was so good. So yeah, this kind of reminded me like of all the random treasure we can find in the game, all like just the little objects. It has this pirate feel to me. So that's the oracle. And then I got the tarot, which is gonna be a little bit spoiler for my new deck digest, but I already made it a bag because it didn't come with one. This is a repurchase. And actually, it's a repurchase of a deck I had years ago that I am 99% sure a walkthrough of this deck was my first ever YouTube video. No need to go back and watch. Just trust me on that fact. I can only imagine. And it is the, I always blank on the name, Tempest Tarot. Oh my gosh. So I rehomed this deck in one of those just like weird little purge moments. I feel like the collective had. Yeah, but I remember it being a thing of like, I was holding on to it at the time because something about these backs I'm just obsessed with, and I still am. And I do think it probably made sense at the time for me to let this go, because this is one that I've been thinking about repurchasing for quite some time, but I've just been like, I don't like a pirate themed deck. Why? Especially because I'm not an ocean person, I'm not a beach person. So I think this is one that made sense why I rehomed it. But she's back. She's back, baby, because, like I said, pirate themed deck. And I am so obsessed. Which makes sense. This is kind of how I get with things. Like when I really like something, it's like, oh, Holly had a great way of explaining this when we were talking. She was like, it's like you want to get every last drop out of it. And I feel like me pairing decks with truly everything I'm enjoying, it's just like I'm getting every last drop out of it. And so, yeah, I've been pirate obsessed. I got like pirate stickers to use in my journal. I'll show you, actually they're right here. I'm not gonna take them out, but they're like pirate tattoo stickers. But I also thought, I've been interested in that tattoo tarot. I think there might be multiple versions, question mark? I don't know. But yeah, beautiful. And I'm really obsessed with the style of this deck, which probably like 4 years ago, I could see where this might have just been too pippish a little bit. They're like illustrated pips, question mark, but it's a sleigh now. Love it. So, oh my god, they look so good together. I was so pleased. It just like worked out so perfectly, and I'm having so much fun with that. So I think that's my last little update. I'm working on, and then I have something else to say. Okay, I'm working on, no, it's not out. Maybe I'll show it another time. Andy inspired me to like start my own reading journal for next year, and I got a little bit started on that, and I'm really excited about how it's turning out. Because I had like a printed one, set up one that I got from Amazon to see if I just liked keeping a reading journal, and so I've been keeping, that's been like this year, that's my reading journal. And I've loved it this whole year, so yeah, I think I like the idea of, as long as it's not wasting like a ton of a notebook sort of thing, to have a new reading journal for a year to keep track of, you know, what I've read for a year very easily. Yeah, so anyway. What I'm starting with is at the front of the journal. I'm gonna have like a full spread page that has my seasonal TBRs, because I really love to read seasonally. Like, no part of me could read a book set in the summertime right now because it's fall nearing winter. Like, I couldn't do it. I can't. And so I was like, that would be so fun to keep a to be read pile. Want to read seasonally in that journal. So I set up my winter one yesterday. I'll show that. Hopefully I remember. Anyway, okay, that's all for now. Hello! I thought it might be fun to do my little weekly planner setup with you all, because I don't think I've shown you this. I know I showed what I've been doing with this Hobonichi Teco with all the images and such. But yeah, this is where, because I haven't been using this as like a planner. This has been a planner. So yeah, this is an Archer and Olive one, undated, obviously. And so this, what was my reason for getting this? Was because I wanted to keep track of some things that I was trying to just have floating in my head, because I was convinced I wasn't a planner person, because I didn't realize that you could use planners for whatever you want. Long story short. So yeah, I've been really liking this one. I like the Archer and Olive paper because it's a bit thicker. I can very easily use stamps and markers, any of that sort of stuff. So yeah, I've been really liking it. It's got weekly pages. It's got some blank pages in between. And then calendar or whole month pages. So yeah, it's basically like a larger weeks situation, but I really like it, and I like having the plain pages in between. I didn't think I'd really end up using them, but I do. There's a bunch at the beginning that I've just been using for like random stuff, a lot of video planning, Christmas gift stuff, you know, just, it's been nice. And has been making my choice for what I want to do for my 2025 planning situation a little bit harder. Basically, my question is, do I want to get another one of these? This is the just original Techo in the 8/6 size. I'm trying to decide if I feel like I want more space on a page, because I think I really have been loving the picture element, but my purpose was to use this for random notes throughout the day, and I don't really feel like there's tons of space to do that. If I also want to do pictures, I don't know. But then my other thought is, like, I could have this as my weekly layout and leave this at home. Because right now I've been bringing both this and the Hobonichi with me to work in my backpack every single day. And it feels excessive to have two planners with me. So I'm wondering if I get, basically I'm like, do I get the Techo original or do I get the cousin? But then the cousin has the daily pages that I want, but it's got a weekly and it's got the monthly. So it feels like it takes both of those, and both this and the other one I have, and combines them. So then I'm like, ugh. I don't know. My question for you all is, do you have a way that you use weekly spreads, monthly spreads in a fun way that isn't necessarily planning? That's what I think. I think I want to try the cousin, but I think what I'm going to try and do is use that weekly planner and the monthly planner for something different, because I really like how this has been functioning for my look at my week. Anyway, let's get into it. I've got this pouch here I made from my original planning situation. This was, if you can tell, it is Hobonichi Weeks sized, but I didn't really love using the Hobonichi Weeks, but now it just functions as a holder for all my supplies. So what do I have in here? This whole process basically starts with me dumping out this bag. So this is a set of the Archer and Olive, they call them the calligraph? I don't think I'm saying that right. Markers. Basically they are the, like, calligraphy style, like brush end on one side, and then the fine tip on, come on the other. And yeah, so what's that other kind of marker that this is like? There's a really popular marker that is just like this that I do have some of, and I like those. I think I like the fine point on these a little bit better, but to be completely honest, why I like these is they come in seasonal. At least this one I got was like the fall set, so I pretty much just have all these colors with me for my planner because they really go with the fall season. And so then I got the next one with their winter collection. So truly it's just that they feel, what's the word, curated. They feel curated right now, and I think that's fun. So I'm going to attempt to just like keep the different seasons together, because I really like having, I like the idea of having different colors for every season. Then I also have these Zebra Sarasa pens. I think this is like the vintage set. I like these a lot. These work in the Hobonichi, so that's nice. But my favorite pen for the Hobonichi right now is the Pilot Juice. And then, last but not least, I've got a bunch of these Pilot friction stamps that I use for all sorts of stuff, and they're so fun. They're so fun. There's a few others I want to get. There's like a, There's a YouTube one that I want to get. But yeah, I've got the birthday, I've got a bunch of weather ones, I've got a fork and knife for my food planning, then I've got a heart and a star that I just sort of use for random things. The heart is for any sort of like scheduled event that day, and truly the reason I use the heart is because I'm like, I don't really like scheduled events. It just, I don't know. Nothing feels better than to me than a wide open day and a wide open week where there's like nothing scheduled. And so I figure I'm like, if I use this cute pink heart, maybe it'll trick my brain into being excited about it. And the star I use sometimes if I feel like I want to do outfit planning. This is basically meant to be a dumping ground for everything that usually gets stored in my head for the week. And so it kind of changes up. And so I am someone who, I really obsess about the weather. I love weather. But also it works in a way of like, I'm always thinking about the weather for the week, the temperature for the week, what am I gonna wear? So it's not even like, what am I just wearing today? It's like, okay, what am I gonna pick today that's gonna maybe affect what I can wear 3 days from now when it's gonna be 2 degrees colder? Like, all this stuff floating in my brain. Get off there. So yeah, this is like a dumping ground for that. So sometimes I do the outfits, sometimes I don't. I don't know, depends. But first things first is we have to date it, since it is an undated planner. Excuse the way I have to turn this to right. That's just, I don't know how it works. Maybe I should try just keeping it straight. See what happens. What color to use though? This is also going to be, it's not a fantastic full look because Thanksgiving is this week. So I've got a short work week and then things to do. But today is, oh, it feels so weird just writing straight on, the 25th. All right, yes. I love the 26th of a month. Something about the number 26, I really like it. But something about like November 26th, that is a good date, you know? Okay. Oh no, there's no 31st. Eek. Okay. No need to panic. I have a whiteout roll. Oh my gosh, everything's falling. All right. I love these tape roll things. Oh, you're not sticking now. Oh, there you go. Great. Come on, just stay. Thank you. Okay. That is the first of the month. All right, now let's pull up the weather for this week. So in terms of the weather, I keep wanting to like turn it that way. I use my weather stamps for that, and then I just do like the high temperature because that is what I need to know about at this point in order to like just know it. I don't know, it just feels important in my brain for some reason. So it's mostly sunny today. I'm filming this on a Monday, and so do we have any more mostly sunny? It's just Saturday. Okay, it's gonna be a cloudy week. Do I want to leave it as sun for mostly sun? Yeah, and then I think, let's see, Wednesday is mostly cloudy, so we're just gonna put the cloud. But for partly cloudy on Friday, we're gonna put both. And then Thank goodness Tuesday and Thursday's raining. I say that because we've been in a drought. Last Thursday was the first time it rained in weeks. No good. So we're back on track, it seems. And then we've got a partly cloudy again on Sunday. Great. Cool. Alright. That's that. So those can go away. And temperatures. What color? Let's use this brown. Yeah. Right. 53. Ooh, 57 tomorrow. What in the world? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So that's our last warm-ish day, and then we're on track for some normal seasonal weather. I hate the flip-flopping that happens in the fall. It's like I just want it to go straight to what it's supposed to be. Oh, this isn't brown, this is purple. Cool. Not a bad surprise. Our December apparently is going to be very cold this year, which I'm okay with. Maybe we'll have snow on Christmas. That would be exciting. Okay, there's that. Now, do I want to go straight into meals? Yeah, I think so. Since this isn't too much I have to think about, we're just going to do that. And then Thursday and Friday I won't be home. And we're just going to figure it out from there. That's how that's going to work. So let's use a pen. We'll use brown now since I was going to use brown. So we're having gumbo is today, since I'm home to cook that. And then tomorrow we're going to do, I think we're just going to do chicken cutlets, lemon, rice, Brussels sprouts. Great. This is my dinner planning, because for lunches whatever is left over, I always try and make, when I'm cooking dinner, I always try to have leftovers, so that I don't have to think about like packing a whole separate lunch. I hate doing that. So that's why this meal planning is just one meal, and then I eat the same thing for breakfast every day. Then we're gonna do leftovers on Wednesday, because then, yeah, it's Thanksgiving. Alright, what else do I need to put down here? Let's think. Alright, so nothing going on special on Tuesday. Wednesday, though. We'll do Wednesday, Saturday, or Sunday. I've got, I think, maybe 2 things, question mark. Alright, let's do green. But Wednesday, Stevie's got a vet appointment. Don't tell her. She's not gonna be happy. And then Sunday, I've got D&D, and then I think we might be playing Tabs and Tarot that day as well. So that's gonna be a fun D&D filled day. That's exciting. Okay, and then let's do something fun for Thanksgiving. I'm not super decorative in this one, but sometimes I like to try. Alright, let's do that. And then here's the vision. It's gonna be like a shadow effect. Wait, is this working? I am... Oh my god, it is. I didn't expect it to be completely honest. Okay, that's cool. I like it. Alright. Now, you know what? I don't feel like I need outfit planning because I just need truly 2 days. But in this notes section here is my like to-do list, or since I'm going to be traveling to my parents this day, sometimes I do like a packing list. It just depends. It's whatever I need it to be. But we're gonna use the star this week as like, I need to do this on this day. Because, oh no, that's not the right day. Shoot. Okay, this day. I am making focaccia bread for Thanksgiving, so I need to make the dough on this day. Alright, then I think we're just gonna cover that with this, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. And then, do I have like other stuff to do? No, it's gonna be like a really short week this week, so I don't really have anything to do per se. So this just might be packing. Oh, okay, the other thing I do here though, which is why I want that YouTube stamp, is I do kind of mark down my plans for videos. So here's what we do, is I take whatever color I so desire, and on the days I usually post videos, I put a little line. And if I know what I'm gonna do, I put it down. If I don't, I leave it blank until I do know. So yeah, because I've actually what's been working for me lately is posting on the same days. I used to be very willy-nilly about it, which I think is also fine, but I don't know. As much as sometimes I have a hard time sticking to a schedule, I also really love a schedule. So I'm finding that helpful right in this moment. So I don't know Wednesday yet, but Sunday, since it's the 1st, is going to be this that you're watching. Perhaps you're watching it today, maybe you're not, I don't know. It's gonna be the monthly wrap-up though. Alright, and then here's where we go in with stickers. And because I'm having a Carl the Collector obsession, I printed stickers to use. Oh, and also, correction from my previous statement, I finished all the episodes, and they do indeed bring up in 2 episodes the fact, like specifically the fact that Carl is autistic, and actually the character Lotta is autistic. And so, yeah, just my own little fact correction there. It was just such a cool way too that they brought it in. It's, I don't know. I think it's just, like I was saying, I think it's cool that it's not like this constant thing, like that feels like it needs to specifically be said. The moments that they do say it, it is so purposeful, I think. So, yeah. Just a fan of that fact, for sure. That's Lotta. I love her. She's so cute. So yeah, I've kind of made everything Carl the Collector themed these days, because I love it so much. So I don't always sticker and washi tape these, but I don't know. I do like to. I think it's fun. I love this little line I found of all Carl and his friends. It's so cute. I think that'll probably go here since there's nothing going on there. Yeah, truly, like, hold on, I've got my phone background is that, my Apple Watch. I just love it. It brings me so much joy. I want to leave that because I'm using that. But I think we could do this there. I think that would be fun. Carl, and then sometimes I've been doing like on last week. Hold on, I also loved the stickers from last week. Andy sent me these. Aren't those so fun? Oh, I didn't even do it last week. Or the week before. Okay, I'm lying. I used to put a little picture of my card of the week in here, but I don't know. That doesn't really feel like the purpose of this book. It doesn't feel like it's meant to house tarot stuff specifically, like pictures of cards. I think I kind of want this to be completely just like life functional, because my other books I have those pictures. So I was printing out the picture twice because I use this Archer and Olive notebook for the stuff around my weekly card. So I think, you know, it could just live in there, and that's okay. So yeah, I think we can really fill this up with stickers is my point. Let's put Carl. Let's put him over here. Just gonna fill the space. I'll put all his friends down here. That's cute. So cute. And then Lotta. She can go up here. Cute. And then I also got these stickers that I'm so excited about. Oh gosh, I didn't open the packaging. Sorry for that. Probably terrible noise. But I found these on Amazon because, well, there's a purpose to me finding them. Is one of my friend's daughters is 5, and she is obsessed with unicorns right now, and unicorn magic. She has her own unicorn wand, and she's been asking me at the library to find her like spell books, things like that. And so I got these rainbow stickers because I'm gonna make her own little like unicorn magic spell book. I got a rainbow. She also loves rainbows. Key feature. So I found a rainbow notebook that I'm going to decorate to say it's her unicorn magic spell book, so she could kind of write down her spells she comes up with. But it came in a very large pack, so I also am like, ooh, I could just use that for me, because I love rainbows too. Look how pretty. All the glitter. That's so fun. Okay. Let's put one. Okay. Put one here. Cute. Okay, then I gotta get one. Gotta balance it. Gotta get one over here. Fun. Okay, I think that's good, because I need that space. Alright, I'm pleased with that. So yeah, then over here we're just gonna do a packing list, and I think that's it. I think that's my week. So yeah, I just thought it would be fun to give a look at how I do this aspect. And then I think I do want to get the cousins, and the cousin will be kind of my planner that travels around with me. And then this can stay at home, and I could even just like leave it open like this. I think that might be nice. So yeah, that's the plan. Love it. Okay, hello. We are at the end of the month. Today is the last day of the month. Yeah, tomorrow is the 1st. So let's wrap all this up. Let's get into some favorites. Now, something I realized that I'm going to consider a favorite in terms of how I can go about this is I've been talking about how I've been trying out some more like memory keeping style planner systems. So I got the 2024 Hobonichi. This is the Techo original, and I've been loving that. I've been keeping up with it almost every day, and if not, I've been backfilling if I'm not. So loving it still. And I realized, like, oh my gosh, instead of trying to like think off the top of my head favorite things of the month, I can just flip through here with you all. We don't need to, you know, go page by page and have you have to look at everything. But I'm gonna flip through this so just to remind myself of favorite things. So we're gonna do the random favorites first to clarify. So this being the first for sure. This is from last month though. Anyway, now this is something that I mentioned quickly last month because I think when I filmed the wrap up I was like a day or two into November already. So, but this I did start in November, so I think I even said I'm gonna mention it again, but still going strong with the felt ornament making. It's been so much fun. This one doesn't have a string on it because I forgot to put one on, but so cute. Gingerbread house. These have been so much fun. I've been really, really loving it. I just got in a bunch more colors of felt because, yeah, I don't know, I'm having fun. So yeah, that's that. My next project is to make a tree topper. I just put up our tree. I'm sure I'll show that in my December wrap up, but certainly if I make the topper, because we have a topper that I got years ago that is really pretty, but it's heavy. And so it's hard to just like kind of make it stay where it's supposed to. Anyway, so I was like, maybe I should just make a new one. So that's that. Felt ornaments. Loved it. Still been playing Tabs and Tarot on Dawn Michelle's second channel. Emberlore plays. So much fun. Truly. And I also got to plant a bunch of bulbs this month, so a little bit of a gardening update there because I planted some crocus and daffodils last fall and just loved it. Loved how it turned out, so I wanted more. And so I did a whole bunch of tulips, a bunch of daffodils, and then I attempted to create sort of like a meadow almost under my like gazebo style trellis. So I planted a bunch of crocus snowdrops and glory of the snow, all randomly, all just in the grass patch there. So stay tuned. Hopefully like March we'll start to see those if they work out. I think they will. I'm really excited. So that was a really cool thing I did this month. I don't know. What else? Oh my gosh, I started playing Sea of Thieves this month, which is a really fun pirate game that you could play co-op. It was really, other than Baldur's Gate, it is my first true co-op game, and I say that because it's like the first game where it's like I started out playing it co-op, because Baldur's Gate you can play by yourself and you can play co-op, and so I played it Baldur's Gate for a really long time just solo before joining in co-op. But this is, so I think that's why I think of this one as my first like true co-op game. It's been really a ton of fun. I've talked a bunch about Carl the Collector, huge favorite show from the month. Yeah, what else do I even have to say about this month? Not too much. I think it was pretty standard month. No complaints for me. We had a lot of downtime on the weekends, which was so wonderful. December, I think for everyone, not, I shouldn't say for everyone, but a lot of people, I think December, it's gonna look a lot different. It's a lot busier, so I think it was nice to have a month where there really just wasn't anything going on. So that was nice. So that's kind of my general favorites. I think I only read one book this month. Let's see if that's true. I kind of am thinking it is. Yes. Yeah, okay, 1 book this month, so it wasn't, I haven't played a lot of video games, which has really been a lot of fun. Well, video games and then making the felt ornaments, crocheting, so not a big reading month for me this month, but I did finish 1 book, and it was One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I feel like if you are someone who is on Book Talk, I'm not really into BookTube, but I imagine they probably talk about this on there, because I think there's a lot of crossover between Book TikTok and Book YouTube. But this is a really popular one, and for good reason. It was a really, really cool read. It is a fantasy. There is, I would say, I don't think it gets like necessarily marketed as a fantasy romance. Maybe it does, and that's just not what I was paying attention to. But I would call it a fantasy romance, because there is a big romance storyline weaved in. I don't know if I would call it the main storyline though. Anyways, but the magic system is all based on cards, and so it's really similar to a tarot card system or like an oracle card situation, and that's like the magic system in this book. I don't want to say any more because I don't want to give it away, but it's really, really good. I gave it 4 stars, I believe. It's part of a duology, so I need to get the second book. I think this is on Kindle Unlimited too. I don't really know why I bought a physical copy of it, to be honest. I don't remember why I did that. I'm not usually one to buy my own physical copies, but I did. But I think it's on Kindle Unlimited, which I do have, so I'm gonna read the second one. I'm excited about it, but yeah, really, really good read. I liked it. That was the book from the month. And oh my gosh, and it's not out yet, but I think you'll be seeing it this month. A huge favorite of mine was getting to film a video with Holly from Holly Audley. That's her channel name here. We did a conversation together on, we pretty much specifically got into like tarot and autism and like the intertwining of those things, and it was a really, really cool conversation that's gonna go up on her channel sometime in December, so I will definitely share that when it goes up. I'm super excited about it. That was a big favorite from this month. And then I think the only other experience I can think of to share was getting to test out and review the Sassy Dragons tarots by Peggy Papez, supervised by Lisa Papez. We've got the what is it called? The classic and the not safe for work. I've been loving both of them. I don't even think I could truly choose between the two. I think there are I've just been finding reasons to use both. This has been so much fun getting to spend time with these this month and walk through them with you all, and just, I've been using them a ton. It's gonna show up in my favorite decks, so yes. But just like the experience of getting to do that was such a blast, as always. I've been loving these decks. I think that's all I've got for just random favorites. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do a similar thing where I turn the camera around so we can really look at the decks, because yet again, it's been a month of more so specific pairing favorites, like not just like this deck over here and this deck over here, like how 2 decks are working together. I really worked in sets of decks this month again. So I want to show the pairs, and it's easier top down. So I'm gonna grab the decks and we're gonna turn this baby around. Okay, so starting out with my first set of favorites, and this actually specifically comes from my, I don't know, I guess you could call it like extra card pulls, question mark, the ones I do around my card of the week. So this is separate from my morning card pull that I do every single morning. This isn't necessarily something I always do every day, but I tend to. Excuse the lighting, it is just that weird time of the afternoon. But that's when we're doing this. Anyway, so this was the card combo I ended up using a ton to do readings around my card of the week. And it was the Iris Oracle with the Sassy Dragons Tarot. I tended to use the classic edition, I don't know, not for any specific reason. That just seemed to be what felt right. Ooh, that lighting is really actually terrible. Probably should wait. I should wait. Alright, we're gonna be back when the sun gets a little bit lower in the sky. Okay, we got some clouds. I think we're good. Sassy Dragons Tarot. Something about this combo just, I don't know, hit in the right energy of what I needed. So I guess actually also in the favorites, I should talk about that for my cards of the week this month, I've been using the Into the Lonely Woods Oracle because it's just, that is a deck I tend to use for healing around, I've talked about this, but it almost feels a little bit like inner child work, question mark, but I don't know. It's mostly healing around just the late diagnosed neurodivergent experience. So it involves inner child work because, you know, there's a lot of like kind of reflecting back and being like, oh, that's why that was happening. But not strictly inner child work, also like the here and now. And so I was doing a lot of work this month around that. And the Iris Oracle is something that I go to for that sort of work as well. But it feels a little bit more like an immediate message where the Into the Lonely Woods felt good to sit with for a week. And the Sassy Dragons Tarot has just lent itself so well to this topic as well, for whatever reason, and it just, I don't know, really meshed with the Iris Oracle so well for me. And I think what I really enjoyed was that I would get into the guidebook for the Iris Oracle, but then I would just have the message directly on the card with the Sassy Dragons. It wasn't like this dual guidebook situation going on, because sometimes I don't really like to do that, especially when I'm doing readings at this desk here as my extra readings. In the mornings, I love getting into a guidebook. I'll read as many as are available to me, but these here as my secondary readings of the day, if I'm doing one, I like them to be a little bit quicker, a little bit simpler. And yeah, this just, I loved how these two worked together. I loved how they worked with the topic I was just personally working on. And it just also felt fun. I think that's the other aspect, is when I am getting into this topic, I want things to feel really colorful and fun, because it just feels like a representation of the positive side of that experience for me. So yeah, anyway, really liked these two together. That is the Iris Oracle and the Sassy Dragons Tarot. Alright, so now these next couple are going to be pairings that I really enjoyed for those morning readings I do every morning. These were like the top, how many do I have going on here? The top three. Top three used deck combos. And we're going to start with this one. I'm not going to go into any specific order otherwise, but this duo is what I thought of first because it really stood out to me this month as just such a good pairing, and I probably did use this set the most. And it is the For Strange Women Oracle and the Carte Postale Tarot, which I'm really excited about because the Carte Postale is one I've had for a few years now, and I just never seem to figure out exactly how to make it work for me, where it's gonna land. But it's one I just really like. And so I don't see myself ever moving it out. Or at least, you know, as of right now, it's never been a thing of like, do I rehome it? It's just been like, I don't know. And then the For Strange Women is new to me. This actually was last month I got it. And I went into this month knowing I wanted to make a conscious effort to use the Carte Postale, and so for me, when it's a thing of I'm never sure what to pair with it, what I've been just trying to do lately is just a big playing with pairs just by myself in here and just have fun and see what I like. And I did find a few pairings that really work well with the Carte Postale, but I don't remember the other ones because this one has just stood out to me so much, which is so exciting considering also this is a new to me deck. So it was like, okay, I can really utilize this new deck and this older one that I've been wanting to use more. And I just, like, aesthetically, they just work so well, but I also really think they spoke to each other so nicely. This was just my obsession of the month. I always wanted to use this pairing. When I went back through my tarot journal, it showed up so much, these two together. If I was using one, I wanted to use the other. I didn't even want to try any of the other pairings I found because this was it. It made me just really enjoy both of these decks so much, which is exactly what we're trying to do a lot of the time, right? Like, look at this pomegranate with Judgment. Oh, so good. I just think they also look so pretty together. So I love this. I really, really love this combo. So that is the For Strange Women Oracle and the Carte Postale Tarot. And I could totally see these coming out again in like January. I don't know, this feels like it could totally be a January vibe too. Of course, this coming month I'm gonna have all my Christmassy holiday decks out, but I could see these coming back around for sure. Now the next pairing I really enjoyed was the Southern Gothic Oracle with the Unfinished Business Tarot, which we all know how I feel about the unfinished business. And so when I saw this somewhere though. I'm so sorry I'm forgetting because it was definitely on someone's Instagram that I got this pairing from. This was not me. Like, I didn't come up with this. I saw it on someone's Instagram and was like, shut up right now, because I love the Unfinished Business, and the Southern Gothic Oracle is another one that I'm like, I just really love it, but can't quite figure out how to use it all of the time. And this was the combo that just really did it, because any excuse to use the Unfinished Business, I'm gonna do it, because I just think it's so fantastic. And the way these spoke to each other was so much fun, because I feel like a lot of the things that this creator does for the like Southern Gothic oracles, but then it's Stacy Williams, but she's got some other decks too, I believe. Oh, she just has that new one with the Rhythm and Soul, I think it's called. I don't know. Anyway, it feels very ancestral to me, even though it's not setting out to be ancestral. But it really does have that vibe, I think, especially this Southern Gothic. And even though the Unfinished Business by no means like takes place purely in a Southern setting, for some reason it's just, they just feel like they make so much sense together. I think the art styles really lend well to each other. I loved going through both of the guidebooks in the morning. It just, I don't know, it really felt like, because the Unfinished Business, you get such a story that a lot of the times some other oracles feel like, it felt more like instead of working together, they were like battling each other with information, where this just struck the right balance, where I felt like the Southern Gothic brought out the main point of the story, or like what to focus on. Like, how gorgeous is that? And these paintings in both this and the Southern Botanical are just the most beautiful things in the whole world. So yeah, this is another, like, I don't even want to put this away because, like, look how beautiful. It's so beautiful. So yeah, really obsessed with that pairing. That is the Southern Gothic Oracle and the Unfinished Business Tarot. Okay. And I've got one more to show you here. And it is actually an oracle with oracle pairing, which I don't usually do. I usually very much do one oracle, one tarot, but I don't know. I just really liked this combo and really like how they work together. And I use them a whole bunch since I got this first deck in, and it is the Arcana Folia with the Cottage Witch Oracle. I don't know, I just really think these two decks speak to each other so well, which I think is so fun. Like, I think just, like, when you have a deck you've made yourself, to find something that someone else created that just meshes so well with your creation feels so exciting. Like, I feel like it feels exciting even when I'm doing it with, like, just two decks I have, both created by different people, because it's like, oh, they both are bringing their own ideas to the table, and the fact that they can, like, work together is so neat. But it feels like that times 10 when it's your own creation, and I just really found that with this pairing. I think, for starters, it's just so cozy. I think the thing is, it's that they're both trying to bring a very similar vibe to the table. And so, of course, it works aesthetically in that way. I'm not gonna spend a whole bunch of time turning these around because we're just flipping through to get the vibe. But then on top of that, I thought they just spoke really well to each other, because the Arcana Folia a lot of the times gives a key phrase, where the Cottage Witch always has just a single key word. And so taking the sentence with the word to give yourself a reading, I think they just worked really well in that way. Like, you are protected from any harm with release. Interesting. Look out for a divine test with move on. Find a different perspective with stimulate. Just like, I don't know, it just felt like a really rush of excitement with comfort. I mean, so cool, so cool. I really, really enjoyed these together. It just felt so cozy and nice, and I just loved the readings I got from them. Sometimes I wouldn't even get into the guidebooks because I just really liked thinking about the phrase paired with the word and what different ideas came about combining those two things together. So cool. And I think that's what made this oracle pairing really exciting for me, because of course, since I made this deck, I have a very set idea around each of the cards and my personal meaning behind them. And oftentimes when I pair tarot with it, which I do love to do, but when I pair tarot with it, I find that it's more so taking that tarot meaning and combining it with the card meaning I already have here. Where something about these two oracles together, it felt like instead of combining, or adding, I should say, just adding on, it felt more like this mixing together to create something entirely new in terms of meaning. And I don't know, I think that feels exciting to me, because it sort of gets me out of my own comfort zone, since I know my meanings behind this so well. I just loved these two together. I think they're so cool and so fun. I'm obsessed. So that was my last favorite pair set from the month, and I think that's all I got. Right? Yeah, no, I think that's it. I do think that is it. So I would love to know what your favorites from the month were. anything you enjoyed in particular, whether it's decks, books, anything at all. I love to hear about it. But other than that, I hope you're having a great day so far, and I'll see you again very soon.